But the idea of accountability for a staff person, to say, for example, in running the ILWU Library, that somebody wants to, I mean, I have a certain professional code. Archivists have a professional code that you work by. But somebody wants to come into the library and they want to engage in a research project that they think requires access to certain kinds of documents. And so there are some documents that are automatically open to the public, like convention proceedings. They're in the public domain as far as the union's concerned. No problem. Our newspaper, the Dispatcher newspaper, public domain, not a problem. We have a back file going back to volume 1, number 1 in the 1940s. No problem. But meeting minutes, that's something different. So I take recommendations that somebody shows up at our door, they have a recommendation to come into our library from a professor, from a colleague, or whatever. And the person gives me their reasons why they think they should have access to these restricted documents. So I put those two things together, and then I go upstairs to the officers. And I say, you know, John and Jane Doe want access to these minutes for these reasons, and this is who recommended them. And then these officers tell me what they want me to do. As much as I may be confident in my professional judgment, that when something comes up that could have repercussions for the union, my understanding is that I don't make that decision. I can make my recommendation. In fact, I'm usually asked for it. Well, what do you think? I say, well, this one's going to come back and bite us in the ass because this person is really after suing the union. Because I heard that from so-and-so. So it's a little dicey here. I mean, that's one part of the code for archivists is to protect the interests of the institution or individual creating the records in question. That's part of my job, is to lay it out, you know. But I have, as a staff person, I have appreciated how much I've learned by having to go get officers to tell me yay or nay or something entirely different on some kind of question or some kind of research project that they have given me to do to get background information on something else. Because so often we all operate at a superficial level, but we're all like ships passing in the night where we don't really interact, you know. But I find out more so I can do my job better to give them more what they want, but also I learn more about who they are and what they think and why they think what they do. And it makes it better for me to work for them, and invariably I've gotten deeper respect for these guys. And I think that's probably the last thing that I would say about it, is that when I started working there, the officers in place, it was towards the end of Jimmy Herman's term. Now, Jimmy was elected after Harry retired, and Jimmy was international president from 1977 to 1991. And so Jimmy was in there. Kurt McLean out of Warehouse Local 6 was international secretary-treasurer, and Rudy Rubio was vice president. And these were guys who I had known from a distance, some better than others, but still pretty much from a distance. But starting to work up there and learning through them the difference between being somebody in a rank-and-file local stewards council, which I had not that long ago come out of, and being an international officer representing all the sections, all the occupations, all the geographical regions, all the sensibilities of the ILWU requires a different view. And I am too limited, I wouldn't call it by my shortcomings, by my experience, to be able to make the right or best call that so many of these guys at the top have made. And that has been a kick, to really see that, you know, to see that the officers that are up there right now, with Bob McElrath as president, you know, that the thoughtfulness, you know, the dedication to doing the right thing and believing that the membership will do the right thing if given the information. That's Harry's watchword for the ILWU, that the rank and file will make the best and right decision most of the time if given the best information, most complete information. Well, that's the librarian and archivist job, isn't it? So to be part of that, you know, that's pretty cool.